Welcome to another edition of the Willie Bragg Show. I'm your host, Willie Bragg. I'm doing something just a little bit different today. I'm doing like basically a blurred background. For some reason, makes me look better. So, anyway, got my green on. Is happy St. Patrick's Day to you all. I hope everybody's doing well. I apologize for the infrequent live streams that's been taking place or not taking place rather. Just kind of stretched out at work. So I think you understand that and everything. So this morning, before we get started, this morning found out that the co-host of Due Dissidents, Keaton Weiss, his mother just died, and so anyway, just tragedies happen, and I can imagine how that would be, to have somebody close to your family dying, because and wish him and well, and his family well, and keep him in your thoughts and all of that, and his family in your thoughts and all. So just thought I mentioned that as well. So anyway, as I said, welcome to the Willie Bragg Show, and happy St. Patrick's Day. Otherwise, I brought some Guinness. As you can see here. So now forgive me, the bottle opener I'm going to use is a souvenir that I bought from England. I know I'm going to drink an Irish beer with a British can opener. Bottle opener. Yeah, see? There you go. So anyhow, I should have had the Irish flag set up. I have my Irish flag in the living room. I'm partly Irish, I've been to Ireland. So anyway, let me just do this real fast. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone. Cheers. I'm probably going to just chill with one beer tonight. I'm not going to go crazy because beer's got weight calories, and I'm trying to. I have a doctor's appointment in early May, and then want to keep my weight down. So there's that. Plus, I got loaded on my birthday 2 weeks ago. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the topic at hand. So before we get started on the topic of Shoe0nHead commenting on Emiru, and I'll get it to who Emiru is. And before I do, we'll start talking about Asmongold. I know Asmongold, I believe, is a gamer, and he's a right-wing political commentator. And we're talking about somebody who's extremely successful. And I'm not saying this out of jealousy, but there are just some people that don't deserve the level of success that he's got. I mean, he's incredibly ignorant on something. I'm not saying that I am an expert on everything, but this is like the most misinformed person you could ever imagine. It's like he's like a sloppy. I mean, he's like a sloppy Steve Crowder, but dumber. If you could imagine a dumber Steven Crowder, that's basically what he is. On top of that, he's rewarded with what I believe is dating a social influencer by the name of Emiru. I don't know much about her other than she live streams, and she's not particularly political, which I'm going to go into shortly, and all of that, and what Shoe0nHead had to say on about that, and other issues and people's reaction. One of those old-fashioned type videos where You just kind of react to what others say and that sort of thing. So, but I am going to talk about another streamer that's as apolitical as she can be, and she does a lot of TikTok. Um, and her name is oh gosh, what is her name? I can tell you her name very quickly, really quickly. Her name is Zora Garcelle, and she goes by the name of Only Bulgogi, and she's an Indonesian influencer. She's as cute as she can be, and she's kind of she's kind of trollish, and she kind of a shit talker, and she's funny. She's genuinely funny, and so I don't if this is not stage and he's taking delight in what happens to her at the end of this video, Asmongold is a shittier person than I initially thought he would be. So we'll get started with that video since I get everything set up. Okay. I know this is like so 2019, 2020, isn't it? All right. Let's see. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. I got it right the first time around. Can you believe that? So here we go.
I know what this is.
Bro, I'll give you $10 if you can name a country that starts with K in Africa.
Kenya?
Name a country.
Kenya. Give me $10.
These nuts in my... Can you fit these nuts in your mouth? Yo, bro, you know what happened in China?
What? What happened in China?
I'm trying to fit these nuts in your mouth.
I know what this is.
Okay. I mean, okay. If that's for real, I mean, if that wasn't staged and somebody really just smack her for her trolling somebody in the street, and he's really taking delight in that shit, that tells you everything you need to know about this person. He's just an awful person, obviously, you know. So he's just an awful person. So CBC voter, how are you doing today? So let's see. So what we're gonna do is I guess we'll go ahead and we'll play you that infamous Shoe0nHead video. Yeah. And I'll tell you what's wrong and right and not controversial about it. So we'll go ahead with that. And I guess y'all probably know who Shoe0nHead is. So I'll go ahead and share my thoughts in a little bit. So what I should do is I should put that speed, not like super fast, but fast enough that to get to the point. So we're going to put that thing on it's Ari. Let's see, where is it? That's odd. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, is it? Oh, I got it. Okay, I got it. Okay. YouTube just does something weird. That's all. So, okay, I got it on 1.25. So hopefully that should do the trick. So we'll get started.
Welcome to another episode of What the Hell is Going On with your host, Ugly Belle Delphine. Now, before you ask, yes, there is an Epstein Files video coming out. I feel like everyone has like streamer brain nowadays, and like every video has to be breaking news in order to get the most views. But I'm taking my time with it. I'm sure you understand there is a lot happening.
You know, with this anti-Semitic culture right now, she voted against a resolution condemning.
I
want to be clear.
Do you want to go there, Attorney General? Do you want to go there? Are you serious? Gentlemen, talking about anti-Semitism to a woman who lost her grandfather in the Holocaust.
Your country, sir. Anyway, let's just forget about these satanic billionaire pedophiles running the world, and let's talk about some internet drama, shall we? Because that is what's really important. For a little over a decade now, the most inane things can get you called a racist or a Nazi on the internet, to the point where these words hold little to no meaning anymore. It's so bad that when someone is called a racist or a Nazi online, I'm immediately like, oh, what funny joke did they tell? But ladies and gentlemen, we have officially come to the point where not saying anything also makes you a racist Nazi. For the few of you watching this channel who are employed, there's a very popular Twitch streamer named Emiru. She's a cosplayer and just kind of a fun, chill, normie video game streamer. Well, the other day, someone in her chat asked her opinion about ICE, and this is what she had to say.
Like, there's a certain extent where I'm like, okay, sure, I get people wanting big content creators to, like, say their opinions on, like, important topics. I get that, right? But it's like, if you need a streamer who doesn't even know anything about politics to tell you about politics, you probably just need to get off the internet.
In a world where it seems like every single celebrity is just screaming their political takes completely unprompted, this was a refreshing thing to hear. Seems like a pretty sane, rational, inoffensive thing to say, right? Wrong. This short little clip where she ironically tried to avoid controversy ended up being one of the most controversial dramas this year. I feel like decades worth of news has happened in the past like 2 months, don't you? Every day there's like a breaking story of the most insane shit you've ever heard in your life, and everyone is expected to have a fully formed opinion on every single breaking story. There's pressure to react, to pick a side, to condemn, to defend, but the reality is when a story first breaks, we're usually not seeing the full picture. And that's why for years now, I have been using today's sponsor, Ground News. So let's quickly give them a shout out before we jump into today's video, shall we? Ground News is a website and an app that lets you toilet seats. Gone too far. I have been using Ground News for like 5 years now, and I am obsessed. It is one. Or use the QR code on.
Sorry. Back to this thing.
I'm sorry if I sound even more like a prepubescent boy in this video. I am a little bit sick, but I am here, slaving over a hot laptop. For you. If you guys saw my last video, you know I am quite critical of ICE. I don't think we should abolish them, of course, but I think it is good and healthy to criticize your government. I am a political culture war commentator. I talk about political topics often. People come to me to hear my political opinions. But not everybody wants to be a political YouTuber or streamer. And not everybody wants to listen to a political YouTuber or streamer. Sometimes we just want to have fun and talk about other things. There are lots of other things to talk about. Sometimes we want to look at funny memes or watch funny videos without having politics shoved down our throat. So
okay, I want to interrupt for a moment. So far so good, I guess, overall. And there's a little bit of controversy in there. Only thing I disagree with, I think that ICE should be fucking abolished. It sounds like she wants ICE to be reformed. I don't know if it can be reformed. I'm not going to go jump down somebody's throat if they think they should be reformed. That's better than a position than hey, ICE is doing a good job, or they're not being aggressive enough. So, I can make that kind of discernment. But I do think that the moderate position is to abolish ICE personally. But I take no issue with Shoe0nHead on reforming ICE. I just disagree with her. And that's not, that's it, and it's not anything it's not a hill that I die on. Okay. So, that's so far so good, I guess, otherwise. So
a lot of people thought it was really refreshing when a cosplay streamer was basically like, I don't want to talk about politics. Why are you coming to me for politics? It was a perfectly sane, rational opinion. So of course, like half the internet had a problem with it. It's just not that hard to say f ICE. It's really not that hard to say f ICE, to be honest. Is it so hard to just say f ICE? It's really not hard to say f ICE. Jesus Christ, how hard is it to just say f ICE? How hard is it to just say f ICE? How hard is it to just say f ICE and move on? Oh my god. Just say f ICE. It's not hard. Is it so hard to just say the line? Say the line. Say it! Jesus Christ, like at this point, even if Emiru did want to like abolish ICE, even if she really did think f ICE, she shouldn't say it. Like I wouldn't say it at this point because this is just like, this is creepy. This is like a horde of zombies chasing after you. Hey.
I've been saying fuck ICE long before. Well, actually, I decided to say fuck ICE because I just needed somebody to say fuck to at the end of my show. So I just got tired of saying finding a new entity to say fuck. So I'm really pissed off with ICE right now at the moment. I just think that they're just fascist pieces of shit. So yeah, fuck ICE. So that's where I stand. And I'm not doing it out of wokeness. I'm doing it out of the sincerity of my own heart. Fuck ICE. So anyway, let's go.
It's actually super easy to stream and have opinions. I'll show you. Fuck ICE, fuck Donald Trump and everyone in his administration, fuck Elon Musk, free Palestine, US is on stolen land built by stolen people, Luigi did nothing wrong, abortion is healthcare, leave trans people the fuck alone.
These people literally just speak in bumper stickers, dude. Just like copy pasting the internet leftist starter pack. What the hell am I looking at? I hate the Reddit ass. Hey, it's super easy. It's crazy, like 1,000 years ago, this dude's ancestors were hunting mammoths. And now he's on here like, men should not be speaking like this. I'm sorry. We need another war. The post that really seemed to kick this all off was made by Denims, the self-described largest female political streamer. Only because I don't stream, Denims. Only because I don't stream. Anyway, I don't have any like personal beef with Denims. This isn't like an own Denims video. We used to be kind of cool years ago, but she apparently has some opinions on Emiru, so let's hear her out.
Never thought I'd see the day we'd be fence-sitting the modern Gestapo.
First of all, she's not fence sitting. She's just choosing not to talk about politics. Like, in order to fence sit, you actually have to say something. She didn't even say anything. Like, how do you even know what her opinion is? Second of all, modern Gestapo. Why is everything the fucking Holocaust? It's totally normal to criticize ICE. It's totally understandable to have issues with the things they are doing. But modern Gestapo? Don't you guys get tired of this shit? Like, don't you guys get—
Well, I mean, ICE is acting fascist-like. I mean, they're committing summary executions in the streets of certain people that they don't like, whether it's people of color or whether it's people exercising their First Amendment rights or what have you. And you know, and the difference between the difference between the jackbooted thugs in the Third Reich and these yahoos here today is, as horrible as the Third Reich was, at least they were better dressed. At least they had the, fashion sense that these knuckleheads don't have. I guess that's something. So other than that, I have no use for ICE. In fact, I tell people when I go to a restaurant to grab something to drink there, I'll tell them, they'll ask about ICE in my drink. I said, no, I'm boycotting ICE. I don't want to even have ICE in my drinks anymore. So that's where I stand. Although I never really put a lot of ice in my drinks anyway. I always did like light on the ice because, I just felt like I was being cheated by, filling up my drinks with ice. It's like it was a roundabout way to give me less beverage. But honestly, at this point, no ice. The only ice I want is when you chill it around in a beer, like in a cooler or something like that. That's okay. But I digress.
I'm tired of saying, like, isn't this exhausting after a while? Everything is Nazis, everything is the Holocaust, everyone is Hitler. It's like nothing else bad ever happened in history. Like, what did—
Well, I wouldn't say Hitler, but I would say Mussolini, I would say Franco, I would say Pinochet, I would say Salazar. I would mention those names because those names do apply to I would say it applies to this government and it applies to a certain Middle Eastern government today too, right now for what they're doing. So, well, actually, on second thoughts, anyway.
they used to compare bad things to before World War II. Oh my god, you're literally Napoleon. Also, I love this. Racist chud. Like, where did the racism part, like, where did that come from? Listen, I don't get on camera and start talking about cars or math or taxes or investing or going outside or the plenty of other things I don't know about. I sit here and talk about the gender war and the culture war because I'm good at those things and that's what people watch me for. That is my lane and I stay in it. Emiru likes what she's doing. Her audience likes what she's doing. There are plenty of other channels that will regurgitate your political takes back to you. Just turn on the TV. Turn on CNN. Most normal people are sick and tired of celebrities just like spewing their political takes completely unprompted. I don't care what Glub Shido thinks of politics, okay? Why does Glub Shido have to get on stage and start talking about how we're on stolen land or some shit? Why do you need your political opinions thrown up into your mouth by a celebrity like a
I agree. Actually, I totally agree. I usually can't stand some actor or actress sharing their political insight. Hollywood shit libs that don't know what they're talking about. But and this is not you, Shoe. This is just in general. When I hear conservatives are like, well, I wish that the George Clooney and the Susan Sarandons just keep their mouths shut and not talk politics and just act and just keep their mouth shut. But as soon as Kid Rock or Chuck Norris or God knows who else start running their mouths, James Wood, all these motherfuckers start running their mouths, all of a sudden they are like, yeah, give me some more of that. Yeah, Ted Nugent, I'm so hot and bothered by what you have to say. And so it's so damn hypocritical. And look, I'm just as hypocritical in my own way. When he was alive, gosh, what's his name? The guy that played Lou Grant on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, Ed Asner. If Ed Asner has something to say politically, I would listen to him. Okay, back in the day, when Warren Beatty would say something back in the day, it was worth listening to. Or someone like that, Vanessa Redgrave, just various actors and actresses that they had something to say. I will certainly sure as hell listen to what they had to say and take it with a grain of salt. Sure, but honestly, and there are people that I disagree with that I politically that I can listen to. On an entertainment level, that I try and I could just overlook the fact that hey, they have a different take, and basically the world's nuanced and things are just not in that nice, neat little box that people try to create, or their own little delicate universe will be shattered or something along those lines. I have noticed that about people, and people just kind of need to get over it or what have you. Anyway, just I'm rambling, but be it to me.
baby bird. Like, do you really want Sydney Sweeney throwing up in your mouth? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Please don't answer that.
She's right when she says most streamers are not qualified to talk about politics. Okay, here's the thing, dude. You actually don't have to be qualified to talk about politics to say
she looks like Shoe0nHead, so does she.
Ice. It's not that hard of a concept.
You actually don't have to know what you're talking about in order to just say the line. What? You should look into a topic, do your own research, come to your own conclusion, and form your own opinion on the topic. You should not just blindly, mindlessly say the line.
You know who doesn't do political content? Cutie Cinderella. Cutie Cinderella literally never does political content. And even she's capable of saying F ice. What about Cinna? You don't have to be a political creator to recognize that it's not hard to say F ice.
You don't have to be a political content creator to say the line. All your other friends are saying the line, Emiru. Why aren't you saying the line, Emiru?
L ice. Okay, but unironically though, F them. Straight up. Hey, F them. Yeah, it's F them, don't care. And if you don't like that I say that, it's F you too. You know what I mean? It's really that easy for me. I'm telling you right now.
There's Emiru's roommate saying the line. Aren't we all proud of her? By the way, where are all her friends during all of this? Where are all her morally righteous, good guy, big streamer friends while this is all going down? While she's being dragged by half of the internet for doing absolutely nothing wrong. This girl who literally just came out of an allegedly abusive relationship. This girl who literally just got assaulted, grabbed by some freak at a convention. Now this girl is going through all of this. I guess it's fine to be silent when your friend is getting dragged by half of the internet, but don't you dare stay silent about current thing. I don't even know this woman, and I'm sticking my neck out for her because it pisses me off seeing this kind of shit happen to people who absolutely do not deserve it.
If you're above the age of 18, you should care about politics in your fucking country. You don't get to be like, well, I don't agree with this whole taxes thing, so I'm just not going to pay for it.
I'm a political junkie, obviously. I am a political junkie from hell. And I guess most of the people who are listening to the Willie Bragg show would be too. And I just turned 57, and I grew up in a time when there was people that really weren't political. They may have had political opinions, but they weren't really that political as a general rule. Whatever way they had, they would tend to lean politically if they gave it a serious thought. Someone like myself who eats, drinks, and sleep this shit all the time. I mean, I go to sleep thinking about this shit. I wake up thinking about this shit. I'm thinking about it nonstop. I'm even thinking about politics right now. But thing is that there are people that and honestly, I wish I could be one of those people. I wish that I didn't give a fuck about politics. I wish that I didn't care about it to the level that I care about it. Because you know what? I would be a happier person. I would be more sane. Because when you're so informed and you see so much shit around you that doesn't make any sense, it just enrages you, and you just you feel like you're just restricted. You just want to lash out, and you just don't know quite what to do. And so what do? I created a small little modest, tiny little podcast, in my own little pathetic way, talking about this shit like I'm doing right now. So anyway.
You can't say like, well, I'm just not going to care about all this politics stuff.
When someone doesn't have an opinion on a political topic, people like you might get a little mad. When someone doesn't pay their taxes, the government comes and arrests them. Okay, so that's the difference between those things.
There's this weird idea in America especially where like you can just be an adult and be like, oh, I don't care about politics. What?
Most people do not care that much about politics. I know to you and me that's like mind-blowing, that's like unfathomable because our whole life is politics, our job is politics, like I get it. But most people's lives do not revolve around politics. They do other things other than fight with strangers online. Crazy, I know. But man, do I envy them. I was so much happier before I knew. Sadly, it is getting harder and harder for the average person to not care about politics because politics is seeping into literally everything. Politics will be bending you over and spreading your cheeks and going in dry whether you want it or not. And unfortunately, the people who are like, I just want to be left alone, are the people who are the most fucked by politics. Also, more importantly, Emiru wasn't saying that she doesn't care about politics. She was saying she didn't want to talk about politics. I feel like that is a huge difference. I care a lot about like skincare, but I don't get on here and talk about like peptides and collagen to my audience because they don't give a shit. They're here to watch me say feminism is doo-doo and make silly little faces at the camera. Yeah, you like that shit?
I hate when grown women don't have a mind of their own. You are 28 years old. Please develop a mind of your own. All she does is pander to enemy gooner men. No mind of her own. I never liked Emiru, so finding out she's stupid and doesn't have a mind of her own is nice.
The audacity. If she didn't have a mind of her own, she would have mindlessly parroted the shit you want her to say. She would have mindlessly just been like, fuck ice.
The only thing, as I said, the only thing I have a problem with Emiru about, and I took a look at some of her videos, and it's not necessarily for me, and that's not a criticism of Emiru. It's just it's apolitical stuff, it's for the younger whippersnappers out there, obviously. I mean, I'm an old guy, and so I'm all about policy, and I'm all about anti-war. I'm all about healthcare for all, and I'm all about civil liberties, and I'm all about free college and jobs and all, and turning the United States into a normal country, not the shithole that is behaving like always, And I would like to see the United States turn into Sweden, not be the United States of Alabama. No offense to people who are in Alabama who are progressive. I'm just saying. But the thing is that some people are just not political, and Emiru is not political. Only problem I have with Emiru is who she's possibly dating. She's possibly dating Asmongold, who is a fucking asshole and just a horrible individual. But that's her. And I'm not saying that like, man, I want to go and date Emiru. I mean, Emiru's a she's 18, 19 or something like, I don't know, something like that. She's a child, but yeah, I just think that she could do better than Asmongold, you know, a streamer who spelled up in life, because obviously, you know, some of the stuff that he says, he ain't bright, but anyway.
If Emiru came out and was like, actually, I think Ice is doing a fine job, do you think they'd be like, ah, yes, she has a mind of her own? No, absolutely not. They are not angry that she doesn't have an opinion. They are angry that she doesn't have their opinion. The absolute audacity to say that this woman doesn't have a mind of her own while thousands of you people swarm her like drones, barking orders at her to say the line. You guys literally operate like the fucking Borg.
So what I'm gathering is that Emiru is a grown woman who acts like a frail, silly little girl to entertain fat, dirty incel Asian fetisher weirdos and is okay with that, but draws the line at saying Ice is bad. Emiru and Asmon's audience are the same. Incels love Emiru because she confirms the image of the anime bimbo stereotype that incels worship. She definitely cultivated an audience who, in the end of all things, are reactionary. She appeals to violent racists who fetishize Asian women.
What the fuck is this Asian fetish thing? Are they just saying this because she's fucking Asian? Like, I'm trying to find a clip of Emiru saying sucky sucky $5 or something, but just it doesn't exist. I don't know what to tell you, man.
It's not a coincidence.
She's half Asian. I think she's half Chinese or something. Emiru is. She's half Chinese. Although I have, speaking of which, you're seeing Shoe0nHead right now. I went on Grok. If I could indulge you for a quick moment, and we'll get back to that in a second. I went on Grok, and I showed this before. Warren got a kick out of this, so we'll get back to the video at hand. Let's see. Let me find it, and blah 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 blah. Okay. Okay. No. Where how the hell? Let me see how. I'm just been inspired to share something with y'all. That's what's going on here. If I can find it, and if I can't do it, you know what? I apologize. Oh, wait a minute. I think I know how to get it in there. Okay, give me a moment here, folks. All right. Yeah, something that I did a short while back. Is that it? Well, getting closer. Hold on. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. That's a Shoe0nHead video. I made a video of Shoe0nHead. I made not a video. I went on Grok one day, and so I'm going to show you a before and after. So this is Shoe0nHead. This is a regular photo of Shoe0nHead, right? So this is Shoe0nHead as you're seeing right now. Well, I went on Grok, which is on Twitter, a little AI thing. So I went and did my thing on Grok, and let me show you what happened with that photo. So I was just curious, and I was just like, you know, what would happen if I took a photo of Shoe0nHead and Grok and just wonder what she would look like if she was Asian. And this is how she would look if she was Asian. I just thought that was you know, kind of an interesting thing. You know, really not that much of a difference, you know. You know, just from where she was at, you know. That's Shoe0nHead there, as Shoe0nHead, and that's her if she became Asian. So I mean, so I just thought that was and I mean, I hope nobody's offended by that. It was just a curiosity thing when I was, because I was just, you know, just something I just noticed, and it's not an Asian fetish or anything like that. It's just something I noticed, and I just decided to share that. So anyway, so let's go back to the video. I hope Shoe0nHead won't get mad if she knew I did that. You won't tell her, will y'all?
That she answered the question this way, and that her fan base consists heavily on Asian fetishes.
I don't know where this is coming from. And this woman, the woman saying this is literally an OnlyFans, like an Asian OnlyFans model. Like, I'm sorry, are you really the person to be talking about fetishization here? The most insane part of all of this had to be when her ex-boyfriend, her allegedly abusive ex-boyfriend, posted his own ice in the middle of his ex-girlfriend being canceled for not saying that. Like, how fucking petty do you have to be to subtweet your ex like that? Another character involved in all this is former booby streamer Casey Tron.
It reminds me of whenever Amarath started wearing a cowboy hat, because that's whenever she started going like full Nazi, basically. She started wearing the cowboy hat. It's like whenever these Texas girls in like these Austin, Texas streamer circles start wearing cowboy hats, that's whenever you got to watch out.
A woman in Texas wearing a cowboy hat? Lord, take me out. Take me out back behind the shed. Put me out of my misery if I ever become this politically brain rotted. Holy shit.
Like, you know that she probably has like weird incels donating her hundreds of dollars. It's because, like, in my opinion, like, it's all a facade to appeal to the worst type of men. Because like really misogynistic, shitty incel like men, they like a woman that doesn't have any opinions. I think that she also plays into how a lot of incels will fetishize Asian women. Her whole platform is just like appealing to like the worst fucking men. She's like basically like, she's like a pick-me for like incel freaks.
So this fucking pick-me dude, it's gonna be the death of me. Before making this video, I watched a bunch of Emiru stuff, and I saw no signs of like pick-me behavior at all. At least with some streamers or some YouTubers. People could be like, oh, they criticize women, so they're trying to be like one of the good ones, and they're a pick-me. Like, okay, sure, like, that's retarded. We all know that's retarded. But at least I can like kind of see how is Emiru a pick-me? She doesn't even do that shit. Like, where is the pick-me thing coming from? No, really though, what makes her a pick-me and not the booby streamer or OnlyFans models calling her a pick-me? You are literally selling your body for men to consume. If men do not pick pictures of your ass, you can't pay rent. There's no bigger pick-me on earth than a fucking porn star. And me. I don't care about being called a pick-me. I've been doing this for over a decade now. I'm used to it. I've been called it thousands of times. I'm a 35-year-old married mother. I do not give a shit. I do care, however, when other women are called pick-me for the crime of not following the hive mind. I see it so often in like the VTuber community. Like all these VTuber anime women will be called pick-me's for just saying their opinions. You have to understand, like, to these people, whenever a woman has like an opinion that is not like the corporate HR approved opinion of the week, whenever a woman doesn't toe the line of the current thing, in this case, whenever a woman doesn't say anything, she's called a pick-me. You know, she just must have these opinions for men. No other reason. Every woman is secretly a big progressive feminist. And if they're not, they're just doing it for male attention. Because I'm sure someone who looks like this is really starving for male attention.
And then in my opinion, it's like she's not entertaining whatsoever. She's like, I would literally rather watch paint dry.
So true, because you know what is far more entertaining than a cute, high-energy cosplay streamer reacting to memes? This is way more entertaining. And if you don't agree, you're just like an incel. Okay, bitch. Eventually, after a few days of being dogpiled by the most annoying people on Earth, Emiru came out with a statement.
Hello, it's very rare I will speak my mind, but I'd rather get my thoughts out there, so apologies if this is long. There's a clip from my stream that's been circulating a lot, so I'd like to explain it for anyone who was hurt or shocked by it. It should go without saying that no one deserves to live their life in fear of being killed or taken away from their homes or families, regardless of who is doing it, but especially not because of ICE or any other government agency. I understand the world is a very cruel and messed up place. You don't have to study politics or actively read the news to know that. I would never want to invalidate anyone who struggles with those things. And an agency causing fear and suffering deserves zero support. To me, that's not even political. It's basic human empathy.
Now, I thought that statement was perfectly fine. My issue with it is she didn't have to make it. She was basically forced to come out and say her opinion. So did these freaks finally back off once Emiru made her opinion about ICE clear? No. Of course not.
Nazi response. TLDR, go f yourself and your PR apology. And there it is. Of fucking course she's another dumb cunt. Girl, we are not as dumb as you look. You're still a racist chud, but continue to enjoy the money you get from your incel audience because they're disgusting, just like you. All I hear is, I support Israel and my name is Emiru. Wait, what? Where the f did Israel come from? What? I don't like to talk about politics equals I'm a Nazi and I'm ashamed of my opinions. Everyone knows what's up. She's a fascist in disguise and is squirming. Emiru, you are garbage Nazi-loving cunt. You got orange around your mouth. Say F you, Asmongold. If you're neutral, you might as well say you're MAGA. Stand for something, ho. That's what Trump wants, for everyone to be quiet about it. The idea of get off the internet is so fucking ignorant. This dumb cunt needs to shut her fucking mouth. Thank God her downfall is happening. I've been hating on her since day one and knew something was off about her. Not a good statement. She implicitly disavowed ICE, but not so much the actual Trump admin.
Yeah, you disavowed ICE, but what about the whole Trump administration? They're like literally the mouse from If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. I was like reading that book to my toddler the other day and I was like, oh my God, this is literally Twitter. You cannot give them an inch, dude.
Of course are incel fans swooping in to protect the poor little 28-year-old.
Ah yes, incels. Known for defending women online. What? What the does the word incel even mean anymore? Does it just mean man now? It just means man. Man I do not like.
I had no idea this was a thing until yesterday. How come no one told me Emiru low-key a femcel?
Femcel! Emiru's a femcel! Oh my do people just not know what words mean anymore? How are they coming to these conclusions?
I mean, have you looked at her? I mean, look at her. Look at her. Just look at her. Look at her.
Yeah, sorry, I don't see it. I think you guys just might be mentally ill.
We need to do something about these male-centered women.
Okay, first of all, nothing is more male-centered than centering your life around hating men. Men just live rent-free in your fucking head. Take it up with God. Go to therapy. Do literally anything else than make it our problem.
Fuck her, and especially fuck her bestie Asmongold. I hope they get kirked. 30-year-old woman too scared to say fuck ICE to keep her incel audience happy. Let's hope she gets abused again. Couldn't happen to a better person. Next time this cunt is assaulted, I'm gonna laugh and laugh. Fuck her and fuck ICE and fuck you if you support this cunt. Emiru deserved what Miskiff did to her. Fuck Emiru for supporting ICE. I genuinely hope this bitch gets oh, okay. I reported that one. Holy shit. What is wrong with these people?
See, you don't understand. I'm good guy, which makes it okay for me to say fucked up things about bad guy. You think saying that to someone is fucked up? Well, you should be abused too, because you're probably also bad guy. It's called being on the right side of history, chud. Look it up.
Nazis deserve death. And silence is compliance.
May I just remind the audience that this is what she said.
If you need a streamer who doesn't even know anything about politics to tell you about politics, you probably just need to get off the internet.
Ladies and gentlemen, a Nazi that deserves death. What?
After making her terrible statement full of lies, Emiru decided to follow right-wing grifter Shoe0nHead. Of course Emiru is now following a fellow pathetic pick-me for being quiet about ICE.
I let it ran along, so just so y'all can keep up. And the video itself is winding down. Shoe0nHead. Now let me just say this. Shoe0nHead has been getting a lot of shit since I first started listening to her. Was it 2017, 2018 when I first started hearing of her? Something like that. And so heard she was a Nazi by various people, liberal people out there, not leftists but liberals. I also heard that she's a tanky, she's a communist by Sargon of Akkad. Sargon of Akkad, if you remember him, he was nominally on the left at one point. Then he went overnight, became fucking MAGA, and now he's and now he's with reform in the UK. Motherfucker lost his mind. Anyway, and so that doesn't make any sense. Just a lot of people having opinions and everything. I hope she's not as upset as she makes herself out to be, because she's making money off of this too. And I'm not criticizing Shoe for this. I mean, her channel's monetized and she doesn't make that many videos anymore, and she doesn't really have to. I'm sorry. Because she's made various videos over the years, and some of them stood the test of times. I recommend some of she's actually done some really good videos in the past, and all that. So anyway, I'm rambling, so I'll go ahead and finish.
They both don't want to piss off their 100% right-wing gooner fan base.
For the record, my fan base is probably like 70% right-wing and 80% gooner. Okay, but for some reason, they didn't mind when I came out and harshly criticized ICE in my last video. Yes, some disagreed, but for the most part, they didn't care. As long as you aren't preaching from an ivory tower with no nuance, rhyme, or reason, people don't care. I'll say some shit like, we should decommodify housing, and the right-wingers in my audience are just like, okay, call me mommy. These people cannot fathom a universe where people just disagree. Oh, you're just scared. You don't want to upset your chud audience. I upset
I hate to sound sexist, but they don't mind it coming from you, Shoe, because you're objectively an attractive woman, and that's an understatement from me. But here's the thing. I mean, if I would say something like that, look at me. I look like I hit every ugly branch of the tree from and all that. I would be chastised or what have you. So this shit comes from the right too. I mean, because I've been threatened online for basically just wishing everybody have health care. I mean, I've been called evil, and I've been told I should be strangled and unalive in all kinds of cruel and vicious ways. So, and I mean, I hope you're not trying to overreach an audience. Don't please don't griff in that. If you're trying to griff over there in that direction, please don't do that. I mean. I don't want to lose one more left wing ally that went in another direction. Please don't do that. So I'm going to hope that that's not what you're trying to do. Anyway, we'll let you finish.
At my chud audience every goddamn day. You're the ones terrified of your own fucking cult. God forbid you only agree with 99% of the hive mind approved opinions. God have mercy on your soul. I do not envy you. Once you bend the knee to these people, once you apologize or capitulate, it's over. These people don't actually want an apology. They want to humiliate you. They want to drag you down. At the end of the day, they have found a socially acceptable way to bully people. That's what this is. A lot of people in response to Emiru's statement were like, why did you apologize to the mob? You bent the knee, you're a coward. And honestly, people don't realize how insane it can get. These people, the cult of the cry bully, they come in swarms, they get in your head, they prey on your empathy, they isolate you from your friends, they make you feel like a terrible person for having milquetoast normal ass opinions, or in this case, no opinion. And when you are someone who is not used to dealing with these types of people, or you are someone in like a vulnerable state of mind, it is very easy for these cult-like tactics to work. This shit works especially well with women in particular, not to be sexist, but it's just true. Honestly, now that I think about it, the only people who are immune to this are like autistic people. I swear to God, people on the spectrum are immune to the cry bully tactics. What happened is Emiru just saw like a shit ton of people who were mad at her, and she wanted to do the correct thing. Unfortunately, this is just going to make it worse. And they're moving on to one of their favorite tactics.
The big question in everyone's mind is, well, are you still friends with Asmongold?
While it is appreciated that you are taking a stand and clarifying the clip, you do continue to be vague about how deep your associations with Asmin are. So hopefully you've cut ties with that hate-mongering Nazi troll Asmin, right? Glad you made this and owned up to it, but you're still friends with Asmongold, so it doesn't read as earnest. Almost a decent explanation. But the elephant in the room is that your friendship with Asmongold is holding this back from seeming sincere. Okay,
now I'm going to say this about Asmongold. That's the one thing I would say, if you're going to go and hold anything against Emiru, I will say her relationship with Asmongold is the one thing to hold against her. Her trying to keep her live streaming, I was going to say it for the umpteenth time, her keeping her live stream apolitical, I have no problem with it myself. I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. I don't care what, honestly, I watch a lot of podcasts. I watch from across the political spectrum. Yeah, obviously more on the left than anything else. But I watch a lot of podcasts and to hear what people would have to say and everything like that. And the world is very complex, and so and even the self-righteous people who are getting mad at Emiru, I mean, I get it. I think ICE is a shit organization too. And ICE is fucking evil. I get it. I don't like ICE. I mean, I don't like ICE. I don't see a necessity to have them. And I am scared on behalf of the average American what ICE can do in terms of civil liberties. So there is a cause for concern about what they're doing. So, I mean, I can see it. I can see it from their perspective too. In that regard, I'm so sorry. Not a lot of sleep. I can see it from their perspective too, but at the same time, I also see it from the perspective of yeah, oh no, I'm trying to get my thoughts coherent. Some people just wants to keep their politics, keep it away from politics, and keep things just lighthearted, and that's basically what Emiru is about. And again, I've seen some of her videos. It's not for me. But I don't have anything against her other than seeing Asmongold. It's more like, what the fuck? But but anyway, we'll let it continue here.
Now, what about your best friend Asmongold? Denounce Asmon, or I'm not taking this seriously. You're friends with Assmold. Assmold?
I'm pretty sure she's still friends with Asmongold.
Now, whatever you think of Asmongold, he is friends with Emiru. They are friends, even though they disagree with each other. Crazy, right?
I literally said, like, I don't agree with the things he says. Like, what do y'all want me to do? Like, fucking shoot him on stream?
Yes, that is what they want you to do. Yeah.
No, and I honestly, I criticize her for being whatever with Asmongold, but in the grand scheme of things, I also don't give a shit. I mean, it's not exactly something I'm going to lose sleep over.
Yes. Around 2018, I was facing nearly daily harassment for being friends with someone who was on the right. Hundreds of people were on my ass like every day. They were.
Oh, I don't care if you were friends with Blair White. I just wish that Blair White would stop being a self-loathing trans woman. But I don't care if you were friends with Blair White. But I know you're going to mention the another person. Anyway.
Calling my job. They got emails of my family members. It was like nonstop. Now, this person was a good friend of mine, but in order to get all these people off my back, I did probably the cringiest thing ever, and I publicly disavowed her. Publicly disavowed a friend of mine over political differences. Now, for those of you who are new here, that sounds like something I would never do, but I did it. I bent the knee to a faceless mob of people who hate me. And in return, I received nothing. The harassment didn't stop, the hate didn't stop. Well, needless to say, karma is real, and the same thing happened to me years later. I was publicly disavowed by friends over political differences. This story ultimately does have a good ending. Me and my friend from 2018, we made up years ago, but looking back on all this in 2026 is extremely embarrassing. And if I knew what I knew now, I would have just told those people to go fuck themselves. But in the moment, it's incredibly stressful, and you just kind of want it all to stop. And you will do whatever you can to make it stop. So I understand why Emiru came out and made a statement. I just really hope she doesn't wind up disavowing friends over political differences like I did. It was a huge mistake, and it is not worth it, because you're going to find yourself surrounded by people who see you as a temporary ally and not a real friend. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a never apologize person. You should apologize if you actually do something wrong, if you actually wronged someone, but you shouldn't apologize to like a nebulous, faceless mob of people while facing down a barrel of a gun.
There is nothing that she could say and no amount of money she could donate that could convince me she's not a soulless ghoul like all the men she's happily surrounded herself with for years.
There's nothing.
Well, you know what? Some of these people complaining about Emiru, I mean, how important is their lives in the grand scheme of things? I mean, they're basically just shouting into a void on Twitter or whatever other platform out there. That is all bullshit. I mean, it's not like whatever they say is going to cause rippling effects on society either. You got to put it into that perspective as well.
You can ever do to please these people, so why bother? They will not be happy until you kill yourself, and even then they will dance on your grave. And I know, like, with everything going on right now, like, is this really a video about cancel culture in 2026? And it's like, yeah, I don't know. First of all, you should expect that. You clicked on a Shoe0nHead video. But second of all, yeah, I feel like this is kind of important to talk about. I feel like this type of thing is part of the reason we are where we are right now. This type of stuff drives people away from the left. And more importantly than that, it's just evil. I saw.
Okay, now this is where I will strongly disagree. Now, but there's a caveat to it, and the caveat is this: I do agree that there's a problem with weaponizing wokeness and political correctness on the left, some factions of the left, mostly more on the mainstream liberal side, liberal sides. They're the ones that do this. The real left, not so much, although there's a little bit of it. Just depends. This shit comes from the right more than you can imagine. More than you can imagine. I mean, you look what's in the White House right now, and I mean, you know, the Department of War, the Department of Defense, you know, getting rid of the Enola Gay from the Defense Department, education. Something doing with education, getting rid of the Enola Gay because it has the word gay in it. You know, I mean, they really thought it was recruiting gays in the military when, you know, we all know what the Enola Gay is, the one of the planes that was used in World War II. I mean, but which had a different meaning at the time. But they decided to remove it for that reason. You know, like years later, there were people going on a crusade against Dark Side of the Moon from Pink Floyd because there was a little rainbow streak on the cover. Like, oh, where'd that come from? You know, not realizing it was there in 1973. They just figured, oh, they are putting that there because it's woke and gay now. I mean, this shit is from the right. The right to invented and created cancel culture. I mean, look what, for heaven's sake, you look what happened to Twitter. I mean, I resent Elon Musk for many reasons. Listen, when Elon Musk bought Twitter, I was agnostic to him buying it because, there was a lot of censorship gobbledygook that was going on at Twitter at the time. It was a lot of it. And here's the thing about it that was going on. I took him at his word. If he was there, if he was really sincere about everybody's free speech being protected, I don't care who. If he was a Republican or a Democrat, if he was really sincere about free speech being protected for everybody, I would have no issue with him. But as soon as he took over, I heard Dinesh D'Souza talking about canceling and deplatforming every left-wing voice you can imagine online to teach them a lesson. So it was like retribution time. And there was a lot of left-wing accounts that got attacked as soon as he came in there. And you had a bunch of neo-Nazi types out there, you know, the Nick Fuenteses of the world out there, all these folks preaching their Nazi shit. And again, I hate Nazis and all this shit and everything, but and I know that might offend some people, I'm about to say, but you know, somebody's a neo-Nazi or a Klansman and they want to go and spout that shit, that is their First Amendment right. But it's also my First Amendment right to say they're full of shit for it. But the thing is this: these white nationalists go around saying their shit. But you know, Elon Musk sitting there threatening people. They used the term cisgender. That he was going to have their accounts taken down or something like that. I mean, I don't think he actually did that. I mean, but you know, it's the fact that he made the threat. You know, and it's just kind of like, you know, and you know, with what happened on October 7th, where protests, you know, they try to make it out like if you go out protesting, you have a problem with Jewish people, which is stupid. There, because there's a lot of Jewish people at the protests, protesting on behalf of Palestinians. But I digress. You know, it's this shit was invented by the right all these years. I mean, you know, going back to the Red Scare, you know, who's been on the forefront when it comes to fighting for freedom of speech? It's been the left. 10, 12, 15 years ago, when you heard conservative influencers and right-wing types talking about free speech, they weren't concerned about the free speech of everybody. They were only concerned about their own freedom of speech. Well, but when it came down to when it came down to the freedom of speech of people on the left, they were like, freedom of speech for them. You gotta be kidding me. They get no freedom of speech. That's not every conservative, obviously. I mean, I can give you a couple of examples of some conservatives that may have a better position on it. So, I don't, Alex Jones occasionally will defend. I will hear him defend the free speech of the left, for example. This is not to say I think that Alex Jones is wonderful or anything like that. So please do not project that. I'm just saying that's basically I'm giving you an example where he's a stop clock given the right time twice a day. So but someone like a Sean Hannity, or Mark Levin, it's definitely Mark Levin has called for censorship. The president has called for censorship. He sued Bill Maher over a joke. What did they do when he was campaigning for president in 2016, 2020, and 2024? Wanted to go and criminalize flag burning, a First Amendment right that was guaranteed as of 1989 by the U.S. Supreme Court. Yes. So, I mean, the right's been a cancel culture. What the fuck was the religious right with the Jerry Falwells and the Pat Robertsons and the Christian Coalition, the moral majority? They were basically cancel culture brigades, basically. So anyway, we'll let her finish up, then I can finish up because I have to go to sleep in a little while.
Some leftists covering Emiru being canceled, and they were like, the cultural shift is here. Woke 2.0, we don't play around, we're mean now. Woke 2.0? Because woke 1.0 worked out so well for you guys in the country, right? You're supposed.
Yeah, you know what? There was a woke 2.0 because the right is illustrating their own wokeness right now. They are. They're illustrating. Look how they go after Breonna Joy Gray. I mean, they got her ass fired from the Hill a couple of years ago, and you and Breonna Joy Gray, you were at Kyle and Crystal's wedding, Kyle Kalinski's wedding, Crystal Ball's wedding. You and Breonna Joy Gray were at that same wedding. Hey, they went after Breonna Joy Gray. They had her Instagram account canceled recently. They had her fired from the Hill. So some people, I think it's called dark woke. Basically, is defending basically woke positions. I'm guessing, but it's also doing it in a in-your-face, rude kind of dirtbag left kind of posturing. I guess that's probably the word to use. And look, I've been guilty of that myself. I don't cancel people, but I have gotten a hell of a lot more vicious. Because last 4 years I've been less concerned about attacking Republicans and beaten up inside the Democratic Party for their not doing what they were supposed to do, which I didn't expect them to do much, but they did even less than what I thought they were going to do. And now, I still go after them because the Democratic Party is too conservative for me. But as Jello Biafra said in 1981 on the album Plastic Surgery Disasters by the Dead Kennedys, the song that concluded, "We got a bigger problem now," which was basically a new interpretation of the song California Uber Alice, which was a song in 1980 about Governor Jerry Brown. This time it's about President Ronald Reagan. And so we got a bigger problem than we got a bigger problem with Ronald Reagan. We got a bigger problem with Donald Trump today at this point. He's making Ronald Reagan look like, I don't know, he's making Ronald Reagan look like Oh, Abby Hoffman. I don't know. So anyway, we'll let you finish.
Also learn from your mistakes, not double down and get worse. I don't know how you can look at the last 10 years and be like, we have got to get more annoying. Like, what are you doing? Attacking normie streamers for not wanting to be involved in political discourse? Also, I feel like this goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm not smearing, like, the left as a whole, okay? This isn't fucking Fox News. This isn't the Nuxanor channel. I'm well aware there are plenty of left-wing people, especially in my audience, who feel the same way I do. I'm talking about a certain faction of the mostly online left. I was about to say it's like a loud minority, but I don't even think it's a minority anymore. I think it's like a majority. Like, I feel like I'm one of the only ones like holding down the fort. Like me and Anna Kasparian. And every day I'm called a right-wing grifter for being like, hey, maybe we can focus on the issues that like actually affect the working class, you know, things that actually help people, not stupid fucking shit like going after e-girl cosplay streamers. Like, can we just get back to the fact that we are all being ruled by satanic billionaire pedophiles who may or may not be eating children, please? Thank you. In conclusion, Emiru did nothing wrong. People.
Oh, I like what you just said just there, but here's the thing, Shoe. Do more what you just said in that regard. Talk more about those satanic pedophile billionaires who are basically ruling over us and taking away our standard of living and committing wars. Talk more about that, and maybe talk less about Emiru, people who are critical of Emiru, because those people, they're not important. They really are not. You know, I know Bernie's not running for president ever again, but go back to that Bernie, like the female version of the Bernie bro that you used to be in that regard. So that's all I'm saying. So.
People are tired of having politics shoved down their throat, and you don't need to speak about things you don't want to speak about. You don't have to do that. You don't have to say the line, actually. This is mass psychosis, rivaling on 2020. These people are trying to socially ostracize this woman for not putting like a black square on her Instagram. They're just mad at Emiru for not doing like the ice bucket challenge or some shit. Like that's basically what is happening here. If you are going to streamers for political information, you are cooked. If you are going to Shoe0nHead for political information, you are deep fried. So that was that little video. If you liked my yapping, please subscribe. And if you can, donate to my Patreon down below. It really helps the channel out and I appreciate it so much. And I will see you guys very soon with a new video. Bye.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So I subjected y'all to a lot of Shoe0nHead this past hour. It's been a while since I played some Shoe0nHead, and I've been wanting to play that video for a while. I just haven't got a chance to. So here was my chance, and that's what I've done. So anyway, yeah, I just think that the people who are complaining about Emiru, there's really no reason to want to complain about Asmongold. I'm all ears because Asmongold's more of a problem than Emiru. I mean, Emiru, you know, who cares? I mean, she's kind of goofy. I mean, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Just not my thing as far as what the kind of stuff that she would stream. So anyway, I guess I will probably conclude by saying this. I should be back tomorrow. And I decided to do something kind of lighthearted tonight because, I don't stream that often, but I figure, I should do something lighthearted for a change. Being St. Patrick's Day too and all of that. So, it is 11:14 right now on the ticker here. Tomorrow I'll be doing a video on Kristi Noem. I know it's kind of old news, but I still need to share a certain perspective on it because the new Department of Homeland Security is Mark Wayne Mullen, and I wanted to go and share my perspective on him and my perspective on Kristi Noem. So that's what I'll be talking about tomorrow. And on Thursday, we will have politics. Dustin with Dustin. It's been a while since he's been on my show, so we're gonna have him back, and we'll chat for a while, and maybe, did I say maybe? That we'll have a video on Friday. So just hold tight. So anyway, if you like what you heard, please press like, comment, share, and as a First Amendment absolutist, it's my duty to inform you to create your own platform and utilize it, because we are the breakers of our time. Reject corporate media. Subscribe to the Willie Breck Show on all my platforms. And until next time, I'll say it, as controversial as it is, fuck ICE and fuck Asmongold too. Bye-bye. Take care. See y'all later.
I've been living in spite of myself.